What's going on, people? Got to make sure I'm looking right and tight for you today. What's up? It's your guy Z Fly, and I am flying to another show of reality TV with TNZ. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend because I definitely had a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? I just kept it, chillaxing, you know what I'm saying? And I had a good time. So, hopefully, you all had a great weekend as well. As you know, me and my boy Troy Weeks Music, we are here to bring you that good old reality TV with TNZ.
Hey,
We're gonna be you hear them, don't you? Y'all say, what's that sound? What's that sound? That sound is no other than Troy Weeks Music. That's what that
what's up,
sound is right
guys?
there.
That's right.
Okay, that good old Troy Weeks Music. So Troy, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling the people, you know what I'm saying, that we had a great weekend. Hopefully they did. And we're here to
Hmm.
deliver that good old Real Housewives of Atlanta drama and Temptation
Hmm.
Island. But before
Oh
we get
yes,
into all of the drama, Troy, how was your weekend, boy? Because you're not in New York right now, are you? Where are you at? Tell the people
I
where you
am not.
at.
I am in Atlanta right now. Had a great weekend. Was working the Wedding Expo here in Atlanta with my aunt and boss lady, Priscilla,
Okay.
Miss Priscilla Weeks, CFO of Smart Sanitizing Solutions. We were out here, getting to the money, getting to the bag, keeping people, brides, COVID conscious and COVID safe during this time, special need for their, so they can focus on their wedding day being special. We can focus on safety. So it was a super great weekend. Met some awesome people and, had a great time. Got some time to bond uh, with my aunt as well. So it's dope. I had a good time.
That's what's up. All right. Well, sounds really good. You know, you definitely doing your thing. That's one thing I love you. So everybody, be sure to follow me and Troy. We got so much hustle. You know what I'm saying? He got his hustle. I got my hustle, and then we got to hustle together. All right. So definitely be sure to go ahead and follow us on IG and Twitter at IamZFly and Troy Weeks Music to get that good old
Right
scoop
there.
and juice on what we're going to be pouring it to you. Okay, we pour it to you. You know what I'm saying? Also, also too, if you want to go ahead and just follow our hustle, our business, and everything that we're doing, definitely be sure to go ahead and hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and that good old YouTube. That's right. That's how you can find us and keep up with us. And whenever you are on YouTube, we want to make sure that you go ahead and not only go to YouTube but subscribe. You want to like and you want to share. All right, you know what I'm saying. You listen now. I know some of y'all saying, "Oh, dang," you know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm working a job. That's right. You know what I'm saying. It's a good job though. You know what I'm saying. So just go ahead and hook us up and follow us. You'll be
Right.
happy. All right. So everybody, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the show. We want to let you know to definitely be sure to comment. So you know what I'm saying. You know, if you do watch these shows or if you don't watch the shows and you got an inquiry, definitely be sure to go ahead and hit us up because we'll be more than happy to go ahead and read your comments or your questions live about Temptation Island and Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we, with that good old
Shall
Temptation
we?
Island. That's right, everybody. So this week it was episode 6. That's right, episode 6. That we're talking about that good old Temptation Island. So listen, it started out with the girls' bonfire. So as y'all know, the bonfire is basically whenever the girls they get to see something what the guys are doing in their villa, and then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? The guys get to see what the girls are doing. So it started out with the girls' bonfire from last week. So basically, Kristen, and I got y'all back. I know everybody may not know who the characters are, who the people are by name, but that's our job. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that you all know who they are. So right here is
And you
Kristen.
do it real good,
This
Z.
is
You do
Chris.
it real good.
Oh well, thank you very much. Okay, so everybody, this right here is Kristen. And that's for her guy Julian. But Kristen, when she was in the bonfire, she saw Julian, breaking down, and what I'm saying, basically just talking about her, but also we found out a little bit more about Kristen this time. We found out that the reason why she's kind of standoffish and she's not really trying to mingle with any of the guys is because she actually brought a personal situation to the show, and that was her brother who overdosed. So there has really been kind of just messing with her her head. He overdosed, off of drugs, unfortunately. And you know what I'm saying. So like basically, you know what I'm saying. She was saying that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, she's been so vague and not really into this experience. So that was kind of all that they kind of talked about with the girls. You know, the continuation of the girls bonfire. But before I move on to the guys, real quick, Troy, do you have any comments on, like, you know what I'm saying, just hearing Kristen's story about what happened to her brother overdosing? How do you feel, or did that make you look at Kristen any differently?
It made me understand now what the problem was with her and where it came from because I was a little lost at first. I was like, you know, what's the big deal? Like everything that's happened in your life that you brought with you is showing, and all the men see that. Like you came to a show to get to know some men, because you ultimately want to find love if Julian's not it. So why would you not open up? And so I felt like, I'm so glad that she finally opened up and had that moment. Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely. All right, everybody. So then next, you know what I'm saying, then we go ahead and move on to the guys' bonfire. So that's really how the show really opened up. You know, we went into all of the guys, and what's going on with them. So Tom, this is Tom right here. Tom, he's with Chelsea, but Tom is who we're talking about. So Tom, he witnesses Chelsea talking more deeply with Dr. Blake. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know how y'all feel about Dr. Blake, but I'm actually kind of liking Dr. Blake for Chelsea. Now, listen, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, break up nobody. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, Dr. Blake right here, you know, so I kind of like him with Chelsea because I guess because just how Chelsea said that, you know what I'm saying, Tom, he's so flirty that I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, whenever people flirt and, you know what I'm saying, they got a flirty eye, that ain't good. So anyway, so Tom, he witnesses Chelsea talking more deeply with Dr. Blake, about things. Um, Also, so that was kind of like what was going on with them. Now, Julian, this is Julian again. So Julian, he witnesses Kristen stating that she doesn't trust him, and she doesn't really know why she's even here. So that made him feel some type of way, like, okay. Now, one thing about Julian though, he did admit that he was missing something before in the relationship. But now he feels like he really wants Kristen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever was missing before, he feel like he found it. And he just wants to keep Kristen. But see, here's the sad thing. See, Troy. See, this is why people got to be careful when you're in a relationship. Cause see, whenever you're in a
Mhm.
relationship, that's why they say make sure you want to be in a relationship because you know what I'm saying. Listen, he's talking about some. He wasn't sure, but look now that he's sure, now she's unsure. So see, look, now it's still kind of unbalanced. So
Right.
sorry, Mr. Julian, but you know, to me, Julian, in my opinion, he's very cool, but he just gotta work through it. Next
Mhm.
was Corey and Aaron. So Corey, he sees Aaron informing Shaquille, which is this guy right here. He sees Aaron informing Shaquille that he is the closest thing that she has in the villa. So now you could just imagine how that made Corey feel. You know what I'm saying? Seeing his girlfriend talking about that this guy Shaquille with all these muscles and things, okay, saying that he's the closest thing to her in the villa. So now, you know what I'm saying? That did make Corey, he did say that it's okay, and what he saw, and it doesn't really, he said it was okay, but however, he feels kind of good because some of the other girls in the villa where he's at, you know what I'm saying, they're kind of looking at him and they're making him feel good. You know what I'm saying? They're making his self-esteem go up. So I was really kind of surprised that Corey was like, oh, it was okay with what she told Shaquille. But hey, so I guess Corey, his confidence is growing up. I mean, not growing up, but it's getting thicker or bigger or whatever. And then lastly, we got Kendall and Erica. So Kendall, he sees a clip of Erica crying because she she had to watch him having sex not once but twice. Not once but twice. Okay. And yeah, so she was talking about it. So Mark, the host, he just kind of challenged Kendall to see if he would even care because he didn't really seem to care. He was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I see that she's going through this. But then let's see, so he didn't really seem to care basically. With what he saw her crying, but it was just, but he's so nonchalant about everything. So you know what I'm saying. So the host just want to know, do you even care yourself? So Troy Weeks, I want to know, do you even care? You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts of the guys? Bonfire. What the goods, the bads. Like, do you think there's any hope with any of these guys at this point?
I want to say shout out to Julian for being a real man and speaking up about his cheating and Mark being able to help him understand. Like you got to face the problem where it's at. What was the reason why you cheated? You know, like get to the point and understand that because that's where it all starts. So I think it was a waking moment. I also should shout out to Corey, no emotions this time. He's really starting to come into himself. And so I think that, that's a good thing with him. And then Kendall, hopefully this opens his eyes a little bit, but it didn't seem like it. It seems like, it is what it is. And we hear that for this experience, he thinks that she has some rules that she didn't tell him. But clearly, there are always unspoken rules that when it comes to a relationship, when you got to do something like this. I mean, is it not, Sequel? Like I feel like there's always going to be some unspoken rules, even though you don't have rules. But think about it: you're in a relationship with somebody that if you want this to work, you'll go through the motions, but ultimately, you're still going to have a level of respect for your relationship.
Exactly. That part. And then also to everybody, just let you know, but more about Kendall. So now after the bonfire was over, Kendall he goes back to the villa, and so like the girls are asking, what happened, and then he tells the girls that he saw Erica crying, but he said it in a humorous way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it wasn't like he had any remorse. He was just kind of like, yeah, I saw her, she was crying. So I'm like, really, dude? Like, yeah, he just yeah. All right, but now moving along to the girls' villa.
Moving right
In the
along.
girls' villa, they say what? What happened?
So moving right
Yeah,
along. That's right,
there
Z.
that there you go. Now, one thing I do like, that in the girls' villa, Chelsea and Erica, they are starting to realize that maybe they should get a little bit more involved in this experience and give some of these guys a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to hold on to these guys. You know what I'm saying? To the guys that they came in with. And that's the thing about it, Troy. Let me ask you this. That's the thing about it. It's so interesting how like the girls and they are trying their they are trying their best to what I'm saying, not just wow out so much. But the guys, it is funny how like well not all the guys, but two of the guys, Tom and Kendall, they just seem to not really care. So we'll get into
They
like
seem
that a
heads
little
in.
a little bit later. Yeah,
You're right. They seem all heads in to make start a new relationship, get to know somebody else. That's what they seem like they're with it. Those two.
exactly. All righty, people. So now moving along. So now Aaron, she takes another date with Mr. Griffin. This is Griffin right here. So so they go on a date, and then she does open up about how Corey, makes her feel what I'm saying, that basically she feels that she's kind of the bully in the relationship. You know what I'm saying, between her and Corey. She feels that she makes Corey feels the way that he feels. So that doesn't make her feel good. Also in the God's Villa, Amanda, she helps Corey to not settle. You know what I'm saying, and then what I'm saying, make one girl his whole, his whole world. This is Amanda, and I think that's pretty good too. I think basically these girls they're just trying to just what I'm saying, help Corey just kind of lift his self esteem because I mean, because Aaron basically was his whole world, and what I'm saying, it's like now what I'm saying, see what other fish is in the sea. So that's kind of what what I'm saying is going on in the guys villa with Corey. Also too, Tom and Sophia. Now y'all remember Sophia, don't you? I don't think I got a picture of Sophia. Listen, I listen, but listen, Tom and Sophia, they had an exfoliating experience before taking a romantic dip in the sea.
A
Now,
booty
Troy, I
exfoliate
know you
experience.
saw. Listen, Troy,
They was
thoughts. Now, I know
stretching
you
those.
saw the
He was
whole
rubbing those booties.
exfoliating. Yeah,
He was
like,
exfoliating everything. He was really getting. He said, "I love her body. Love the way she feels." He's feeling her, and she said, "No matter who you with, when you go, I'm coming to LA to see you." That's what she has said. That's what she
right.
said, y'all. I'm just saying. She said she coming to see that man. I
That's
don't care
it.
who you with, what you doing. I'm coming to see you.
Right.
That's what she said.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like some of the guys like they're really moving on. Like their headspace is just like what girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. But as the show moves on, you know what I'm saying. Then we get to the open up, and this is the part I really like because it's between Chelsea and Dr. Blake. You know what I'm saying. They set up a picnic. So basically, it's between all of them. You know what I'm saying. It seemed like all of the characters they just started to open up. Chelsea, she was Dr. Blake. You know what I'm saying. They're talking about things. Julian, he lets his barriers down and a little bit, and he goes on a bike ride with Maya. Kristen, she has a personal conversation with Juwan about Julian, and she shared her brother's addiction with that, and that was a pivotal moment too because not only was Kristen crying, opening up about her brother's overdose, but then also her date, Juwan. he started opening up about a friend that he had who had overdosed as well. I don't know, Troy, did you see that part with Juwan and Kristen
Yeah, I
talking?
thought
Because
that was heartfelt. The fact that you know they connected on that. I feel like for her, that might have been a great moment because her finally opening up, like she held this for a long time. So for her to finally open up and speak about it, I thought was great. And then for her to connect with somebody on that, I think was great. And I think that that could be the leading to something between them. I'm just saying, when you connect with somebody on something like that, it can lead to some other things.
exactly. And you know what? It's funny too because you know what I'm saying, like I don't, or obviously you know what I'm saying. I didn't see Julian before, but like seeing Julian now, like I really like his character. I like him because he is trying. Obviously, he really screwed up before, but I don't know. Like you said, you know what I'm saying. Kristen and Juwan, they have that in common with the, you know what I'm saying, with losing someone to drugs. So we don't know. That might just make a connection. So we're definitely gonna see. Also, other people started opening up too. Jesse, he is really making his move on Erica. Jesse, I think I got a picture of Jesse. Let's see if I got a picture of Jesse. This is Jesse right here, people. So basically,
So I'll pull them up.
hold on.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
you know what I'm
pull
saying?
them
Listen,
up.
it was trying
Sure.
to look, trying to do something else. Bam! Yeah, so this is Jesse. He was going out with Erica, which is Kendall's girl. Well, Kendall's original girl. So yeah, so he was basically telling her that she don't need to go back with Kendall. Listen, I believe everybody on social media, everybody in the world is telling Erica at this point that you do not need to go back with Kendall. Once again, let me just show you how beautiful Erica is. And why
Please.
is she with Kendall? Look at that. Look at that.
Creepo. He's a
Do you see
creep.
that? Listen, look, do you see
He's a
that?
creep.
Why is she trying to
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so everybody's like, okay, you don't need to be with him. So yeah, so Jesse is like, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to be with him. Now Kendall and Alexis, they talk about where they see each other. Now this was very interesting. Okay, so now Alexis is the girl that Kendall was really much into. This is Alexis right here. You know what I'm saying? So like they talk about where they see each other after this experience. Mind you, I think somebody has said like that at this point they only been in the villa maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so now they're already talking about where they see each other after the experience. They even talk children, people. They're talking about children. Are you kidding me? They're talking about children, job, and being on the same page after this experience. Now, Alexis, she is kind of worried though. She's worried that Kendall isn't 100% sure of his feelings, even after she gave it the goods and shared it with another girl. So, right, girl, you should feel some type of way. Troy, what are your thoughts on Alexis and her and Kendall talking about them, after this experience, children, jobs, being on the same page? Like, girl,
Too
you just got to end
soon. Too soon, friend. Too soon. You already gave up the
right.
booty and now you trying to get married, girl. Too soon. It's too
Come on.
soon. I just feel like don't get played, girl. Don't get played, especially
All
on
right.
national TV, because you know that could fuck up people's lives. Don't get played.
Exactly, exactly, and it'll be her own fault. All right, so then we move along, everybody. To now it's time to have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got to get into the drama and to the seriousness. But then guess what? We do have fun. So then they went into a masquerade ball. This was in the guys' villa. Kendall is starting to realize that he may be in a throuple, though. You know what I'm saying? Because now, not only does he like Alexis, but I think it was last episode or either the one before that where he actually had a threesome with the girl named Nicole. Now this, so he had a
Last week. That was
threesome
last
with.
episode.
You're right, right. He had a threesome with Nicole right here, and then Alexis. So now he's starting to realize that what I'm saying, he might have a little bit of feelings, for Nicole as well. So now Troy, I definitely gotta know your thoughts on this. Now that's messy. Okay. Now for one thing, not only is he treating his original girl Erica foul, but now you know what I'm saying, so now you kind of talking to Alexis. But now you like, wait a minute, now I kind of like Nicole too. He's greedy. Troy, what are you thinking?
Listen,
Woo!
at the end of the day, he I think he bought it more than he could chew. And at this point, he's starting to realize that it's coming to a reality. Like that's what happens when you open yourself up and you have sex with somebody. You start to connect them. Sex is not just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's a lot of things. So yeah, y'all tied. Y'all troubles for real. This is the entanglement. Entanglement. Yes, all the way.
Entanglements. That's what it is. Okay. All right,
Entangled,
girl.
okay?
So okay, and then at the girls' villa, you know what I'm saying, they're having fun too. You know what I'm saying? They throw a pool party, and Chelsea and Dr. Blake. Once again, Dr. Blake. Now, listen, I just want y'all to know about Dr. Blake. He was on the outs. You know, he was on the outs. He was running that mouth. He was running that mouth. And Chelsea was like,
He
okay, I
was
don't know
Jake the
about him.
Flake, Blake the Flake for a while.
Ooh, when I say he was Blake the Flake, he was Blake
He
the Flake.
was. He was Blake the Flake for a while, right? Facts. He was.
He really was. But you know what? Look, but listen,
He
he
came back. He
pulled himself
survived.
around.
The
He pulled
snake,
himself
the snake
around.
turned into a charmer, snake charmer on that ass, and now he's in there.
Exactly. He definitely turned around. So yeah, so Blake is good. Now they actually kind of shared like an intimate moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was like real cuddled up, real nice, real nice. So Troy, I know you saw that intimate moment between Chelsea and Blake. I know you saw that because I definitely saw it.
Yeah, no sex, but you got close.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, everybody. So now moving along and listen. As look, as things get deeper and deeper, now it's time to make some decisions. So now
Decisions,
the girls they figure out how to
decisions.
yes, the girls they figure out how to move forward and if they really want to. Okay. Also in the guys' villa, the guys work out. The guys work. They were working out. You know what I'm saying, lifting weights while the girls were just drooling over them. You know what I'm saying. So Kendall has a burning question on his plate, which is drum roll. Uh, do you really want to be with your girlfriend? Right. I believe Nicole asked him that. So you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the question. Like, does he even really want to be with his girlfriend at this point? That was a question that you know what I'm saying that they're asking Kendall. I
Is
mean,
it not valid?
despite even though what we saying, Troy, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Do you think he wants to be with his girlfriend Erica?
I mean, his actions speak. I have to speak louder than words for me. His actions are showing otherwise. So that's how I
Right.
feel about that. He needs to.
So
If he don't want to, he needs to. He needs to show it.
that part. Also
Yeah.
Julian has a conversation with Maya. And then he talks to her about Kristen's brother and his drug problem. And then as he talks, he tries to hold back the tears. That was one thing that I thought was very nice, but then I hate it at the same time because it's like because he was like he didn't want Kristen to see him cry. He didn't want anybody to see him cry. I'm like cry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought it was
That's the
very
problem. Men
cool
think
that
they shouldn't cry. You're a man. We have feelings and emotions like everybody else. Cry. Feel like crying, cry,
exactly.
bro. Let it out.
You're right. Right. That was your, I mean, well, that was your girlfriend's brother. Obviously, so they were very close. They were so close that he said that he put, he tattooed his brother's, her brother's name on him. So obviously, you're very close. It's okay to cry. So yeah, I thought that part was nice. I was like, oh, just cry, boy, just let it out. I mean,
He
obviously.
probably crying
Anyway,
because he really realizing like he really like it might be it for him or her. So maybe that's why he crying. Need to cry.
right,
Anyway, he cried
right.
already, so keep it going.
That is true because yeah, that is true because he did say that he told um the brother that what I'm saying like if anything happened that he will always be there for Kristen. So maybe he's feeling a little some type of way. But guess what, everybody guess what? Then we move on to the next bonfire. Now, we had two bonfires in this show, and also if you realize the show was about an hour and 15 minutes this time because there was a lot going on. Okay, so then we
Hmm.
get into the next bonfire, which is the girls' bonfire again. So
Always
now,
with the girls first.
yeah, that's right. Yep, the girls see the fellas. So now Erica, she sees Alexis and Kendall conversation about the future. Her response is that she like to warn Alexis. that was Erica. Erica was like, like she wasn't even mad at this point. Actually, Troy, she was like, oh well, what I'm saying. I'm just glad that I didn't have to see him have sex this time. Oh, let me tell you something.
Keep it in your pants. You had enough sex
And
for the
listen,
next 2 weeks. You're gonna be there. Let it go.
right, and then also too, what I'm saying. Now, by Erica saying that like she wished that like she could warn Alexis, what I'm saying, about Kendall. They're going to show you what type of woman that Erica is. You know what I'm saying? Like what woman wants to warn the next woman about that man? She's like, you'll find out. So, but that's cool of her.
Go on, girl.
Um,
You're gonna find out.
that part. Aaron, she sees Corey and Amanda flirting, and then she didn't like it. She did admit that she dated someone who destroyed her in the past. I was like, there's so much coming up in these bonfires. You know what I'm saying? Aaron, she's been She had hands put on her before. What I'm saying, she had a bad time, and in her life. So that's kind of another reason why she is the way she is. She said, whenever it comes to, dating guys, what I'm saying, it it just makes her sound like she's angry all the time. Did you get do you get that from Aaron, her being angry all the time, Troy?
No, I just get broken and trying to figure things out. I don't get angry. I just get broken. Like she's a broken girl who's really trying to find a way. She loves Corey and she doesn't. She wants to be with him, but they're trying to figure it out. So
Right. And then, of course, we got to get on to that bootylicious that happened between Tom and Sophia. So now Chelsea, she sees that. And, Chelsea states that she felt nothing whenever she saw it. She said basically after seeing it, she thinks that Tom is playing tit for tat on how he's acting. She feels that like whenever Tom see things, from her from a bonfire, he'd be like, okay, that's what we doing.
that's
Well,
what we
guess what?
doing.
I
That's
can
what we doing.
right. Right. I can one up that. So yeah, so so she was like she felt nothing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, she's having a good time with Mr. Dr. Blake, who is not a flake or fake. So she was not really worried about seeing that. All right, so then moving
Moving
on
on.
to the guys bonfire. But before we do, any questions, Troy, about the girls bonfire?
No, I'm loving the progression of the show and how things are coming up. With None of the Dark comes to light, like Candy said in the beginning of the show, and how people are really coming to themselves and finding out what's really good for them and what's not.
Right. Okay, cool. Now, everybody, now listen. I want you to listen. Now, next we're gonna do the guys bonfire, and I'm gonna need for y'all to listen up because there is some hypocrisy going
I'm
on.
listening, Z. I'm listening.
Listen to me. All right. So in the guys bonfire, all right. So basically, okay. Now, first of all, before they even get there, you know what I'm saying? There's a there. They show the guys, in the SUV, going to the bonfire. They're all talking. What I'm saying? Kendall, he tells Corey that he does want to savage with Erica. Now, hold on. I gotta put Troy in this. Troy. Okay. Now, I gotta say that one more time. On the way to the bonfire, okay, the boys are talking, and
Mhm.
Kendall has a nerve to utter out of his mouth that he may want to, or he does want to savage with Erica.
Mhm.
So, okay, wait a minute now. So now the guys, they don't look too convinced, Um, Troy, what are your thoughts? Like, what is he talking about? He wants to savage with Erica now, possibly.
There's no way that's
What?
true. There's no way that's true. If he felt that way, he wouldn't have sex. I just felt like if he
Right.
felt that way, he wouldn't have sex. He would have took that time to say, you know what? Even though I'm getting to know somebody, I still want to have boundaries, and he crossed every boundary there is. So I don't think if she even has a wink about thinking going back, girl, okay,
And you know what too, and also too, what would be so disgusting is if like what I'm saying, he don't see was the what was it? Is the grass greener on the other side? He found out, I had fun, but I'd rather go back to my girl. Oh, that would be disgusting. Cause it's like now he done got it out of his system, and now you would have come back and no. Erica, I listen. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I hope she is smart. All right, everybody. So now they're at the bonfire. So now Corey, he's first. So now Corey, he sees Aaron taking the blame, what I'm saying, for their problems. But Corey, he actually doesn't want her to feel like that, basically. But however, he is feeling more confident with things. So, he was like, I hate that she feels that way, but guess what? She has to go through that herself because I'm doing me. And I was like, oh, not Corey. I said, okay, all right.
hmm
Then next was Kendall. Now Kendall, he sees Jesse informing Erica that what I'm saying, that like she definitely deserves way more than him. But Kendall, he said he's confident that Erica will not be moving too fast with Jesse, and that she will be able to forgive Kendall for what she's saying. Did you hear that, Troy? Yeah, ain't that what he said? That's what he said. He said that. Let me tell you something.
bye, Felicia.
Listen, I should have said his for last. I think he's kind of cuckoo. He don't have sex with one girl. Okay, everybody, let me say it one more time. I gotta let these people see the receipts. Okay, everybody, he has sex with this one girl first, her. Okay, with her. He had sex with her. Then he was like, okay, that's cool. We had fun. Then the next night, he got even greedier and had sex with these two girls, had a threesome with these three girls. But guess what? But now he's saying, oh, okay, listen, I'm not worried about Erica talking to this guy. He ain't worried about that, y'all. He ain't worried about that. Because he said, guess what? At the end of the day, it's going to be this right here again. Me and Erica. Oh, really?
What La La
Listen.
Land he's sleeping in?
Ooh, la la
I'm just
la.
saying. In real life, there's no way she could date him in real life again because the world won't let her. Okay? If they see him out in the street, they're gonna drag her. Okay?
Oh my god. Oh my god. And then okay, yeah, I gotta move on. I gotta move on. But yeah. Troy, listen, everybody is getting good. Temptation Island, Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock. You definitely want to check this out. It's getting good. All right. Now to wrap up. Now look, everybody, actually, it gets even more sicker. You want that? Because now Tom, let me remind you of Tom. This is Tom, everybody. Right? Uh-oh. Where he at? Right there, bam. All right, so now Tom, he sees Chelsea and Dr. Blake very hugged up. Now he immediately feels that he and Chelsea may lose each other. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of worried about that. He's like, okay, we may lose each other. You know what I'm saying? Because she's all hugged up with this dude right here, Dr. Blake, and you know what I'm saying? I'm hugged up with Sophia or whatever. But however, now Tom can't believe that she should be falling for someone. He just cannot believe that like she could fall for someone. And then he's actually enjoying Sophia, and he said that he likes Sophia because she accepts him for who he is. Tom has the nerve to feel emotional because Chelsea is having fun. Yeah, Troy, I'm saying these men are crazy. The men are
Hmm.
foolish. See, basically what it is they the type of men where they feel like, oh, I'm a man. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun, but my girl, she gonna be faithful to me. She's not gonna do anything. Now they're like these girls are having fun. They're like, wait a minute now, that ain't no,
Hold
you
up
don't want to
now.
have fun. You got Troy, those are your people. Those are your people, Troy.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Don't do that. Not that foolishness. Uh-uh.
Okay, and everybody, that right there wraps up Temptation Island review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Listen, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. on USA. You definitely want to check it out. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Troy Wick because listen, now we get into more drama with them Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And hope stands on the stand. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I'm coming, y'all. I don't know why it's doing this. Now we want to start getting to the juice and things when I got act up. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna
Okay,
let the devil do that today. We're not gonna let you do that today, devil. We're not gonna
we're
let you do that
not.
today, devil. Okay. So can you find me? Can you see me on this side? So it's better. Oh, oh, right
Yeah.
there. Okay, guys.
Okay.
So let's get into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 15, and things are about to get real. Hold on, let me switch myself to this side. Things are about to
They
get real.
are.
Okay. So first and foremost, we start off with getting ready for the girls' trip. Literally, Cynthia's tripping. She almost bust her ass. I don't know if y'all saw that, but literally in that first opening scene, Cynthia was as we getting ready for the girls' trip, she was getting ready and she almost tripped bust her ass. So shout out to you, Cynthia. You kept it cute.
Right.
So we finally get to this point where we get the girls' trip. We get on this private jet. We wait for the private jet now because you know what I'm saying. We wait for it because clearly this is how you do a girls' trip based on what Drew says. I'm just saying, as we progress along, you can be the judge of that. But we go on a private jet, and of course, Drew, being the woman that she is, she invites everyone if they want to bring their kids with them, or they're more than welcome to. But of course, on a girls' trip, like Portia said, I enjoyed the invitation, but this is a girls' trip. Hello, girls' trip, the kids at home. So of course, Kenya brought Brooklyn. So we own this private jet with all the girls in Brooklyn. Okay, that happened. So yes, we get there, we finally show up. But yes for the jet, yes for the shuttle bus, and yes for the band. Okay, so anybody knows when you go to New Orleans, they have the line band. She had a line band ready for them, waiting there like boop 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 boop.
Yeah.
It was super dope. I enjoyed that.
Hey.
And the food, okay, and the food. So before we get to the next part of what the band helps them do, Z Fly, beginning the segment of the show. Anything you want to jump in on, say on that? Give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents on that.
Yeah, you know what? I was really looking forward to this because now one thing I must say I really enjoy the city of New Orleans. It's a really great city to go to. So if you've never been, everybody definitely check it out. But you know what I'm saying? I was just glad to see. I was glad that someone else was hosting this event because you know what I'm saying. Kenya, she worked all my nerves last time. I said
Oh
that
my God, too.
all of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to the last nerve. But you know, and then also Drew. You know, what I'm saying Drew. She has more of a nice, gracious, spirit about her. So I was just glad to see it. Now I will say this. Every time I see Kenya always just tugging her baby along everywhere. It's just a sad thing to see. I mean, I just be thinking that she has a whole daddy, but you know what I'm saying? It's like he's not
That baby ain't
protecting.
been with her dad. That baby has not been with her dad alone. She told you that. Episode she can. She tell you that Brooklyn is. He has not been alone with her. That baby's been in her sight. Besides, when she goes out and lives with the nanny, since she even came out that pussy. Okay, so yeah,
It's, it's
he didn't even
bad.
fight for rights
Also,
to see her on the last episode when they were talking about divorce. He didn't even fight for rights to see her. He was fighting for kids' money. So come on.
right, it's bad. Also, too, I want to point out. I think you were talking about whenever they had all arrived or whatever. I like the way Marlo arrived looking like a model. Okay, did you see that? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
my thoughts on the
I
first part. So I'm
got
I'm
you.
really excited.
Yes, yes, yes. And I definitely saw Marlo, and I saw the photos that they had. Some, I was doing little snapshots. I was super dope. She was definitely looking like a model with the Dolce and Gabbana glasses on. And then I give it up. And then we move right along to the booty bounce room key fiasco.
Okay.
Kenya, she said, let's do the booty bounce. Ben, give me some booty bounce music. Y'all gonna booty bounce for your room. So she gave Cynthia right away a room because she didn't sing at her wedding, so she felt bad. So she did give her one of the best rooms in the place. And so Kenya's like, I'm not booty shaking. Give me my key. I'm going to my room. Give me my key. So she's like, hold up, calm the energy down, bring it together. You know what I'm saying? But Kenya still insisting on being an a-hole with her daughter in hand. So she gives Kenya her key. Kenya then proceeds to go inside to check herself into her room and realizes it's a small room, so I want to get me a bigger suite and I'm going to pay for it. But that's what happens when you shade people and you do the things you do on your trip, you get shaded back. So, ha ha ha,
Right.
shade back to you. Kenya's just mad this trip started out 10 times better than hers just from the intro of the trip alone. Period. Kenya needs to be out. Okay, so cool. As we move along, I'm not sure. Okay, cool. So of course the knees got the keys, and so Portia and those knees got one of the best rooms because she ended up being the winner.
Right.
And of course, like I said, Kenya got another room because she can handle it. She can handle it.
Okay.
So hopefully, after that they go to this bike ride, and hopefully, Kenya comes to the bike ride with more better energy. And so yeah, so the bike ride happens, and she did come with good energy, and it went good. So shout out to them on that. And then they finally get to eat. So they go to dinner. But that's when we finally get to the point of Toya and Fallon again. This conversation is brought back up about Toya and Fallon. Toya doesn't feel that she needs to apologize or anything like that. She said, I said what I said. And I'll shout out to Cynthia for, sort of checking her like, look, friend, you can't do that. You can't go to people's house and just be disrespectful. And of course, she says, so I'm going to do what I want to. And then Toya started the bullshit. I don't want to drink, bitch. I don't want to drink, bitch. I don't feel like it, bitch. I still use these flowers on it. So, this was a breaking point because it's like, first of all, she had a call on the phone. Had a call on the phone, something went wrong. After the call on the phone, she then goes and starts the bullshit. And so whatever that call was on the phone clearly got her all worked up. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, the personal business she has is weighing on her, and she can't handle it. Then she starts pulling out the bitch like I said, pulling out the bitch. I can't feel like it, bitch. Here we go. And so it's like, now that the truth came out, so if you guys saw the episode, you saw Drew. They were hanging out at the Niece's event. That night, Toya got wasted, as she always does, and Drew's driver and assistant took her home. He then took her home and invited her to church before he dropped her off because he gave her some words of advice. And so the reason why this whole situation of Toya not drinking, the whole time Toya said, I'm not drinking, I'm not drinking, I'm not drinking. So clearly, one, we all thought it was because last time she wilded out and she got some sense in her, but we found out it was because she told Drew that she wasn't going to drink no more at the church. And so that's where it all came from. And so I didn't think that Drew was being a bully in this. I just thought that she was holding her to her word, and she wanted to make sure and put it out there, like, why are you not drinking? So there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, why are you not drinking? What's up? She would say it. Before I move along, I'm going to pass it to you for a second, but I want to also say shout out to Drew for booking those gigs. She was out there. She was on iHeartRadio doing her thing. She's making it happen. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that in a minute, but she's making it happen. So shout out to her for booking the gigs and getting the girls down there. So she's fly, Z fly, sorry. Up until now, the dinner, the bike ride, booty bounce, all this, anything, talk to me.
Wow, exactly. Let me tell you something. So yeah, let me just go back to Kenya. What I'm saying, with the room. Now I, just watching Kenya, she always just make me just. I don't really care for her, and yeah, I admit it. But she just made me shake my head, because like there's always one. You know what I'm saying? Like she always has to complain. Now my thing is, okay, fine. Maybe she didn't want to do the booty bounce or whatever. But also she has a little bipolar, because you know what I'm saying. Even though she didn't want to do the booty bounce, but then we saw, during the Bachelorette, that what I'm saying, she was definitely doing the booty bounce, the
There's
ego,
chocolate. Yep.
what I'm saying, the drop it like it's hot, everything. So it's like, what's wrong now? So I don't know if she just have to go through in and out of mood swings or what. But yeah, but she definitely upgraded. I mean, but you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, that's her prerogative, if she didn't want to stay in the room that Drew got for her. But now I will say this now, Drew kind of played herself a little bit, telling Cynthia that like she has the best room in New Orleans at the Indigo Hotel. No, listen, like Drew, look, come on now. But but yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But like the bike ride was fun through the city. But then again, but now at that dinner though, Troy, I must say I don't know what is wrong with Toya. Like I thought that maybe I could try to like her, but I just don't like her, because it's like she always wants to just keep dragging people down. So just like you said, she bringing up Fallon again, and like how boring her party was. But why do you go? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really surprised that she was invited. I'm still trying to figure out who actually invited her, because I know that Kenya wasn't on good terms with her. I doubt Fallon would invite her. So why were you there? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like kind of like side eye with Drew. Like, why are you worried that Toya's not drinking? Be happy that she's not drinking, because you know what I'm saying. You see how she act when she's not drinking. So yeah, I was kind of confused too on like why she was so pressed on why Toya wasn't drinking. But also too, Toya, she'd have to, respond back the way she did. Toya needed to get that mouth in check. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to snatch her up real good and just, put a muzzle on that mouth. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like Kenya, she's back and forth too, because you know what I'm saying, then, now Kenya acting like she's feeling bad that like Toya is being somewhat bullied or ganged up on. So but what last episode you were just mad at Toya? Now you're on her side, and like you're leaving with her to be on her side. Right. I'm like, I told you I
Maybe she
can't
needed
do
her
it.
coochie lick.
Oh, see, you said that. I didn't say that.
Maybe she was trying to smooth
but
up.
uh yeah, I think that was about it. Then of course, Portia, but I think you're gonna get into that right now, so I'll shut up. But yeah, that was my
Yes.
part
Don't give too much
on
too
that.
soon. Yes.
Right.
And so, and then the next day happens, and of course, Candy is here. So shout out to Candy. Shout out to her
Yay.
for her filming on the set. They showed her filming on the set. She enjoys it. She gets along great with her co-stars. Great. So it was
Okay.
outside having a little breakfast in the morning, and then a hurricane tornado started happening. So they went inside, but on the way in,
Listen.
Marlo says, "Kenya, get the bags. We can't leave the Gucci and Birkin out here on the rain." And Kenya does what? Gets the bags like a little lap dog. So who's a lap dog now? Then Drew, on her way to her radio interview, she took Cynthia with her. She decided to take the ladies to send the ladies to a Zetico class. Did I say it right? Zetico.
Okay.
But it's a little bit of twerking, a little bit of line dance. Okay. So we was in this class. Okay, ladies, for the twerk that. You know what I'm saying? Twerking and all that. It was dumb. They was having fun. And I'm saying shout out to Drew with the iHeartRadio interview, because you know what I'm saying. She's letting y'all know I'm out here. I'm getting back to the work. I'm getting back to the things. Okay, back to work. She's happy about that. But then
Yeah.
back at the twerk class, things started to heat up, y'all. And first and foremost, before they started heating up, Candy was over it. Okay, she did about two moves and she was done. All I
Yep.
asked was she said, "Don't move, don't twerk, baby. This is it." But as things heat up and the class is over, everyone's feeling the healing twerk energy. Portia King decides to pour Marlo aside and to finally have a conversation to get in a good place and have a heart to heart about what the hell's been going on between me, you, and Kenya. And so, boom, they have the heart to heart. They come to some terms, they cry a little bit, then they get on the bus. And on the bus, there's always some drama about them in that situation. So, drama. What happened on the trip? What didn't happen on the trip in South Carolina? Let it go. Let it go. Z Fly, talk to me as we end this out.
Listen, I'm gonna definitely go down and talk to you. You know, my thing was, woo, okay, ugh. I kind of see now. I will say this, you know, like as far as Portia and Marlo, I definitely see what Portia is saying because what I'm saying. Like if you think of the first few episodes before Kenya and Marlo made up, you know what I'm saying. Kenya was all in, all around Portia. You know what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Like just bowing down. Yeah, Portia this. Oh, Portia. Portia Martin Luther. I mean, Portia King or whatever they was calling her. And then it's like as soon as her and Kenya make up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, y'all are just sitting beside each other. So I see what Portia's saying. Portia is basically just saying, listen, if you and Kenya want to be cool, cool. But you know what I'm saying, like just keep your energy the same with me. And yeah, Marlo, I mean, like from what we're seeing on TV, like her energy definitely has shifted, you know what I'm saying? But now Marlo, on Marlo's side, she's saying that she was feeling some type of way because she felt like Portia, you know what I'm saying, didn't want to be around her. So definitely it seemed like it was some miscommunication on both of the girls' sides. That you know what I'm saying, I was glad that like Portia did, pull Marlo aside and what I'm saying, just tell her truth and just tell how she felt. And you know what I'm saying, that gave Marlo, the chance to do the same. And then one thing I do like about Marlo though, she don't sugarcoat things. You know what I'm saying? She just say how it is. She don't care about your feelings. She just say how it is. So I like that about Marlo. And also too, yeah, just going back to that I think it's called Zydeco or whatever. Yeah, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they got a class for everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got a class for twerking. But even though how the lady said in New Orleans, they don't call it twerking, they call it shaking. So yeah, so that was really fun to see the girls. And you're right, Candy. Listen, but then again, listen. If y'all know Candy from Escape, y'all already know she can't dance. So she can't dance, she can't twerk, she can't shake. All she do is sit there and barely sing. So that was basically how that went. Uh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just listening. I'm
Wait
gonna fly on the wall. You said it, I did.
a
Well, all
minute.
right. Hey there, Aaron. How's it going? Shout out to Bird
Hey,
TV. You guys will see
woo.
Z Fly himself. Z Fly's that way tonight on as a guest co-host on uh uh I forgot. I was on the Homo Talk Show. Sorry, my brain is so much. My brain is like, what show is it? Homo Talk Show on Verse TV, guys. Be sure to check us
Yes.
out tonight. Z Fly is going to be a special guest host. But baby, I'm looking forward to the next episode when Hurricane comes through because I'm trying to see who's going to blow off. Okay, and what's really good. Okay, it's
Right.
getting good. The season's getting good. I'm enjoying it. I've been loving Drew so far. I've been, even though Tori's been a crazy addition, I've still been loving it overall, and I'm loving what the season's giving. I love seeing Shimi and more. Yes, I've lived all my teen years in NOLA. Yes, you know how to shake it, Aaron. You know how to shake
Right.
it. You know how to shake it. Teach us a little shake, Aaron. I can give you a shoulder shake. That's to give you a Harlem shake. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, yes. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how again this week progresses with Temptation Alley and of course Real Housewives of Atlanta. We doing this. We weeks in now. You know what I'm saying? We're at least 2 months in. You know what I'm saying? So reality TV with TNZ. Feel me? It was
That's
a reality dream come true. Okay. Thank you, Z Fly.
thank you. And everybody, real quick,
And I thank you.
thank you once again for your comments, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. for another great show of the review of Temptation Island and also Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you do want to follow me and Troy, here we go right here. Follow us on IG and Twitter, and I am Z Fly, and also at Troy Weeks Music. And also, if you
Liberty.
do love what we're doing and our hustle and everything that we're doing, and you want to support us, here we go right here. That Cash App. $sign forever live young. Listen, every penny, dollar, quarter, it all makes sense. Okay, so definitely help us out, and we thank you so much for that. But Troy, once again, you will be seeing me co-hosting live with this one right over here, a Homo Talk
Tonight,
Show.
go to Verse
So,
TV at Verse TV on YouTube or Verse TV on Facebook, and you will be able to see it live. We do the whole show's not live. We got to keep some because it's a talk show and it is a podcast. So part of it is live, and the other part of it is for our YouTube show and for our podcast. So be sure to check it out. Verse TV, VERS without the TEAV. Verse
cool,
TV.
cool beans. And until then, everybody, stay fly, but never high. Bye bye.
His words, not mine.